Eyes locked from across the room, hot sweat dripping, bright neon lights. She moves smooth, hearts.
Peace, prosperity, and abundance. I just got back from Tassili's Raw Reality. That's my favorite restaurant here in Atlanta. It is a raw vegan restaurant owned by Tassili Ma'at, and I love her. I love Tassili. Back when I was in college, I was taking an anthropology course, and it was a food studies course. I chose to base my project around Tassili's Raw Reality in the West End because at the time I was vegan.
Hello, my name is... Flashback to 2016 when I interviewed Tassili.
Greetings, peace and love. I'm Tassili Ma'at, owner and executive chef at Tassili's Raw Reality Cafe, located in the historic West End of Atlanta, Georgia.
Could you begin by telling us what is your food philosophy?
Well, our food philosophy is one where we see ourselves as culinary alchemists, healing our people using food as medicine. And I say our people specifically because our focus is initially on the Black community. It's important that we recognize that as a people, no one is going to ride up on a white horse or a black horse for that matter and save us. So we've got to do it ourselves. And like all other ethnic groups that teach cultural pride and build their economic strength within their communities, it's imperative for us to be able to do that as well. So not only do we use food as medicine to heal our people, we are also using food to build the economics in our community by doing business with other African American business owners.
How would you describe the food environment in which your restaurant is located?
Well, we are located in the hood. The West End is actually a transitional area, and it's known for its cultural and artsy flair and spiritual flair, because there are a lot of different spiritual groups that are in the West End area. And as a result, it was important to me to be able to reach as many people as possible when I embarked upon this food journey. So initially, I recognized that as a raw foodist, I of course wanted to cater to people who ate raw food, but then I came to realize that they were not going to be the ones to keep my doors open, because raw food is 100% raw foodists and raw food purists typically make their own food, so they're rarely going to eat out. So I thought, well, maybe my market then is the vegan and the vegetarian. And there is a difference, folks. There is a difference. And in fact, I found that while they make up a large portion of my customer base has grown to be at least 65% composed of meat eaters, and the rest being vegetarian and vegan vegetarians and raw foodists. And I think the environment is one that is welcoming to all people who are seeking a healthy, delicious alternative to eating out that is going to make them feel good and know that they're making an investment in someone who's also making an investment in them.
If you want to watch the rest of this interview, watch to the end.
I was really into like how she curated this space within the West End. During that time especially, there weren't a lot of grocery stores where you can get fresh produce, quality produce. I'm talking about fruits and vegetables that aren't wilted. And there are a lot of course, if you've lived in the West End for many years, then you know there are a lot of fast food restaurants, soul food restaurants, or liquor stores and things like that. So it always fascinated me that she created basically I call it like a healing space in the West End. And that's what this food is to me, it's healing. Tassili's Raw Reality, I got a punani wrap. Look at it. I'm gonna take this apart in a second. And I also got the carrot tuna. If you have not tried carrot tuna, this will bless your life. So I tried her carrot tuna for the first time a few years ago, and it's just so delicious. If you are a person who eats meat and you want an alternative, this carrot tuna, it is so good. I've had chickpea tuna that I've made myself, and I've also made carrot tuna, like taking the pulp from the fresh carrot juice that I've made and turning it into tuna without the meat. But it's so delicious. So we're gonna get into this in just a second. I also got, for the very first time, because I actually have never tried the desserts from Tassili's, but today I decided to get the carob climax brownies. Ooh, It's carrot powder, whole almonds, almond butter, and maple syrup. That's what it's made from. So I'm really excited to really get into this. I also got some juice. Like me, this is like me and Mariah go back like babies and pacifiers. That's what this sorrel is to me. This is everything. This is like so nostalgic, and it's like, I love it. But this is made from hibiscus flower, ginger, alkaline water, spices, lemon, agave, and love. Yes. And this is really great. It has a kick to it. It has a great sweetness. It's aromatic. I love it. That's gonna get you together. Like if you got a sore throat, if you got like mucus in your system, in your body, this right here, this will kick it out for you. This will boost your immune system. Like this is gonna do everything. If you on your period, you got cramps, this will kick it out for you. I love me some sorrel. I really love this. I actually really love making my own hibiscus tea. I need to know the spices they put in here or how much ginger because I really want that kick. But this is so good. I'm really excited because I wanted to do a little cleanse, which I will be doing a raw cleanse soon. But I haven't had Tassili's in a minute, and I was like, oh, I really wanted this. So I was looking forward to it over the weekend. But I gotta get my little video. Y'all see this? This is the full size punani wrap. Ooh. Y'all can't even see my tail. Okay, so awesome. I just want to show y'all. So basically in the punani wrap, and y'all don't understand, like, this is something that will truly bless your life. So inside of this, it traditionally comes with the massaged kale, the spicy kale is what I chose, couscous, sweet coconut corn, avocados, tomatoes. I added in the pad thai noodles and the raw vegan barbecue sauce. This is going to hit. But I'm telling you, this will get your life together. I'm trying to tell you. It will bless your life tremendously. So I'm about to open up the carrot tuna. Period. So I really want y'all to actually see a close-up of it. It's good. I already know what it tastes like. I just want y'all to see me eating it so I can give y'all like a little. Because it's good to smell your food, take in all of the aromas. Like, shit. Make sure y'all get the carrot tuna when you go. Let y'all know Essence recommended it. It's gonna bless your life. And you really could eat that by itself and it will fill you up. It's definitely gonna make you go to the bathroom. If you got a problem or you don't like go after every meal, you really need some more raw foods in your life and some more like fruit. High water content fruit, fiber fruit, mangoes, watermelon, kiwi. So I'm about to take my first bite. Let's get into it. I added the raw barbecue sauce so it makes it a little sweet. I love it. It's gonna bless my life. Like, I feel so good from the first bite. And I got the spicy, so I really just want to work there so I can learn how to make this myself. I would eat this at least 3 times a week, and it definitely will like keep your body like regular, your skin clear, your energy high, and the sweet coconut. I don't even like corn. This is the only thing I eat corn in. It's like the way they prepare. This is truly a gift from God. What Tassili created. All right. That's right for right now. That's the end of this video. I just wanted to go on an adventure on the tour today to Tassili's. I'm about to finish eating this off camera because I want to watch TV. Peace, prosperity, and abundance. Y'all may get a spiritual message from me later.
I've noticed that like in the restaurant, like you have like the fridge with all the juices and smoothies, and I want to know who supplies those things, and like how did like that relationship and business partnership come about?
Excellent question. Well, we supply at least 60% of the drinks in our case.
Okay.
The others, though, come from other vendors. We have Abashaka with tree water beverages. Abashaka started out with me when I first started doing food 9 years ago. He was actually already doing it and set an excellent example. We have a partnership that has allowed his business to grow and ours to grow as well. We have other drinks in there that are done by our staff because we encourage entrepreneurship on all levels. And so we have some in-house vendors that are culinary alchemists in their own right, and they produce products such as the Good Lovin' drink and the tonics that are in there that promote health and well-being on a medicinal level as well. And then of course we have the product, the H2 for Life water, which is alkaline water that has hydrogen in it, it has gold and platinum in it as well, and these minerals help the body, of course, to heal and to ward off free radicals and so on. We do carry an aloe drink and just a variety of things so that people can really explore what it is to drink healthy beverages and encourage entrepreneurship at the same time.
How do you think our society got so disconnected from our food system?
By design. What I call the death industry has promoted fast foods and processed foods to people who used to be producers. Now they're consumers. The migration to the cities, of course, cut people off from the land and from nature, and they became dependent on grocery stores. And anytime you're dependent on a grocery store, you are no longer a producer, you're a consumer. Unfortunately, among African American people, we have tended to want to disassociate ourselves from even growing food or even being associated with the land because of painful memories of slavery. So the PTSD, the post-traumatic slave disorder, that is still very much apparent and rampant among our people, has to be healed in order for us to reconnect with the land. And truly, in reconnecting with the land, that heals. The land will heal that condition in us, because when you're truly growing your own food, in charge of your own water supply, then you are in fact having the directorship over your life, over your destiny. When we are eating the processed foods and the fast foods, then in fact we are not giving the body the maximum nutrition, which causes the body to crave more. And then all of the habits, the perverted taste buds we start to have cause us to have these unnatural cravings for foods that or substances that really aren't even foods.
Right.
And as a result, a vicious cycle begins, because now you have childhood obesity, you have rampant diabetes, you have all kinds of cancers going on, heart attacks, aneurysms, high blood pressure. All these things are primarily diseases that come about as a result of a poor diet and lack of exercise, and the stress that comes from living in an urban environment. So when you have a situation where people have for generations now, I think McDonald's has been around for at least 4 generations. When you have that as a mainstay, where that's all the person knows, in fact they were gestated in the womb on some McDonald's, you got people who aren't even really fully themselves because they're numb, they're dumbed down by the additives, preservatives, and chemicals that go into the animals, and then they go into the foods, the denatured foods that they're eating there in McDonald's. And McDonald's isn't the only place. I mean, I could name Coca-Cola, which, you know, if you pour Coca-Cola on your car battery, it'll clean off the corrosion. And so just think about what it's doing to your system. But the foods do not encourage thinking. In fact, they dull the brain. So that people then are on automatic pilot for self-destruction. That means they end up going to the doctor, having to pay for health care that they can't afford. They are then hospitalized, they're on all kind of meds, so the pharmaceuticals are making all kind of money, the insurance companies are making all kind of money, and so then people just end up working to pay bills for their health challenges before they die. And they don't get a chance to enjoy anything. I mean, think about it. When you hear these commercials nowadays, they'll start out advertising something for sinuses, but then that thing will say the side effects are heart palpitations and a whole host of other things. And the side effects are far worse than the original sinus issue, which is usually just from them eating too much starch or dairy and not exercising, or maybe they have mold in their house, you know, or dust or what have you. And then you're taking, then they're taking the medication for the side effect of the heart palpitations, and now that says that medication starts talking about, and you can have an aneurysm or a heart attack, and so now you're taking a medication for that, and before you know it, you're on 10 medications for your medication's medication. What kind of life is that? It isn't. It's just surviving, and barely above existing. So, you know, the climate of food is one where we have to be able to recognize the difference between what is food and what isn't food. We have to be able to create environments that are nurturing on all levels. And the Raw Reality is a place that's a collective vision, materialized, where people can learn. And like I said, be fed not only physically, deliciously, but they get their mind and their soul and their spirit nurtured at the same time.
Thank you so much. I love that. Okay. What do you feel as though draws customers into Tassili's Raw Reality?
Well, a number of things. Usually, you know, people that are seeking to be healthier are looking for a variety of ways in which they can achieve that. You also have people who are just foodies. They just want to try, you know, a different kind of food because they enjoy it. You also have people that want to support Black-owned businesses. So they may be hardcore meat eaters, but they come because the food is good and they're supporting a Black business in the community. You also have people that are drawn because it is a community-based business and they've invested in the business from day one. And so they can see tangibly where their money is going, you know. And ultimately they all come because the food is really delicious as a topping. You know, the main thing is that it is healthy, it's nutritious, and they feel better when they eat it. Yeah.
Okay. While you've been talking, I've really just been sitting here staring at your skin, and your skin is so just beautiful and flawless and clear.
Thank you.
Like, yes. Okay.
Well, yours is too, though. So, and you do your best to eat healthy as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think a lot of times when we're eating healthy, it reflects because there is a glow, an inner glow that is experienced by others, and a lot of times we're not even aware of it because we're just us going through our day. You know, and I know there can be some days where I'm just feeling like I'm looking really bummy, or I'm not, you know, feeling my best. I don't have those days too much anymore, but, you know, on occasion I might, and somebody will come up, I'll be in the grocery store and somebody will come up, wow, you're just so beautiful, you're glowing, you're radiant. And I'm looking like, who are they talking to? Because I'm feeling like, whoa, right now. And it has happened so often when I'm in that space over the years that I began to see, well, wow, the inner glow thing is really true. even when I'm not aware of it, it's happening all the time, you know? And it's a blessing to have that recognized, because then it is an external validation for the internal validation that we are already getting just by virtue of the fact that we feel good, you know?
Awesome. Okay, and my next question is, how do you feel as though Tassili's raw reality has created a community, or do you feel as though it's shaped, has it been like reshaped within like the community that already existed prior to it being here?
Yeah, because the Western community has definitely already been here. It has nurtured me. I've been here in Atlanta going on 29 years, and I would say the majority, like 95% of the time, I've been here in the West End by choice, even though I've lived in other parts of the city, and I appreciated them. But there's something about the West End. There's a soulfulness here, an essence that who feels and knows it. That's just all I really say about that one. And I do know that the raw reality has created a revolution of sorts in our community, and maybe even, if I can be so bold as to say, the southeast part of the country, because it has made it cool, it's made it sexy, it's made it delicious to be vegan and to be healthy. Because again, like I said, so many people are not vegan, but they are aspiring to be. And just for point of clarification, you know, someone who only eats meat, who eats fish flesh, excuse me, they're considered to be pescatarians. Someone who's a vegetarian is a person who eats no animal flesh, but they will eat eggs, they will eat dairy products. And a vegan consumes no animal products or byproducts at all. Some vegans are very strict and won't even eat honey. Your raw foodists tend to be people who are always vegan and who don't cook their food. I myself am 95 to 98% raw, and I chose not to be 100% raw because I live in an urban environment that gets cold, and sometimes I just want to have some soup or a stir fry or a veggie burger, and I don't want to feel guilty about it. You know what I'm saying? Because in life it's still all about the balance, you know. I think being raw is really, really the way to go. Certainly a plant-based diet is the ultimate way to go, even if you are still being what they now call a flexitarian, which means that you have about 75 or 80% raw, fresh fruits and vegetables as your diet. And then anywhere from 25 to 20% cooked foods. And then if you are that be that 5% that still eats meat, or want to have at least 5% meat in your diet, that would be where you would eat meat maybe 2 or 3 times a week, because you're honoring the body's natural cycle. So for a fish, it takes the body 2 days to digest it. That's right, 2 days. For any other type of flesh, it takes 3 days. You're going to be waiting 3 days, okay, before it's totally clear out of your body. And the body's natural digestion process then will allow it to be totally eliminated, especially if you're eating the raw foods, because they're going to, 1, give you the full amount of nutrition, and 2, they're going to act like a Brillo scrub pad just going through your intestines and just cleaning you out. Now, if you're eating the flesh only 2 or 3 times a week, then that means that now you can afford to buy the best quality. That's your corn-fed, your free-range animals, and that are hormone-free, antibiotic-free, GMO-free, all of that. And so then your choices are healthier. So the flexitarians tend to be those who are flexible. That's where that's coming from. They are flexing, you know, meaning they can have variety too. But they are, again, like I said, plant-based predominantly. They eat the best quality, so that would be organic, non-GMO, no preservatives, additives, that type of thing. But they will allow themselves to have that variety. My thing is getting where you fit in. Mm-hmm. You know, I think extremes beget more extremes. So that's why I don't necessarily promote being 100% raw, living in an urban environment, unless the environment is supporting it. You know, so if you're on the beach, in the mountains, on a farm, by all means, do it. But if you're in the city, which is the urban environment, especially a place where it gets cold, mm-hmm. some heat is good. And maybe necessary for the grounding that your body may need, depending on the season and cycle that you're in your life. So yeah, ultimately, sharing that type of information has allowed people to grow without judgment, to explore, you know, be courageous, become politically aware, because anytime you're choosing life, you're making a political statement. You're defying the death industry by simply choosing an apple over a bag of potato chips. And you don't have to pick up a gun, you don't have to throw a grenade, you're just simply choosing life. How powerful is that? You know, you begin to have regard for all life. You begin to have regard for the environment. I mean, do you throw trash on the ground or do you pick it up when you see it? Because that way you're either being a part of the problem or you are helping to solve the problem, you know. And particularly for us as a people, Africans in America, melanated people, we have got to absolutely start reclaiming our connection to the planet. Because we only have one planet. Mm-hmm. And we can blame whoever we want about being in charge of capitalism and the money and this, that, and the third. But yo, we have a connection with our ancestors. We have a connection with the earth that is just waiting for us to return to it, to activate it, so that we can help the planet to come back into a state of balance as a part of the solution. Otherwise, we won't qualify to stay on the planet, and we'll find ourselves in one of those disasters, quote unquote, like an earthquake, a tsunami, a hurricane, where the planet is just purging itself of all of the toxicity. And we want to say, oh, the seasons have gone berserk and the planet is gone. But well, you know, somebody was constantly hurting you and making you toxic. When you start fighting back. So that's what the planet is doing. I want to be on the side of nature. I don't want to be against nature. I want to be with nature because I am nature.
That's beautiful. Okay, sure. Well, my last question would be like, what advice do you have for anybody trying to make better decisions, like about food and what they're eating?
Well, I said be your own scientist. You know, learn to trust your body's own natural wisdom. Again, just like we've been cut off from nature, we've been cut off from ourselves, as we are nature. So, you know, we eat for emotional reasons, we eat out of habit, we eat because it's convenient, rather than eating because we're hungry or because we need to be nourished. So just begin to pay attention to how you feel when you eat certain foods. It's really that simple. Begin to know yourself. You're the only person you're going to be with your whole life. So, how do you feel when you eat certain things? How do you feel when you don't? What's going on with you when you were craving that Snickers? Did you just get fired? Do you have a test you're getting ready to take? Did you just get a ticket? Maybe you're celebrating. Maybe you said, oh wow, I haven't had any Snickers in a month. I want to celebrate because I've been doing really good. Well, whatever your reasons are, let them be your reasons and don't judge them. And then begin to make choices about whether that food is promoting your well-being. Because if it's making you feel better, is it making you feel better temporarily, like the sugar rush? But then after you come down off the sugar rush, you're tired, you're angry and frustrated, maybe if it's coffee or some of the gum that's out here. You know, you want to fight people. Everybody's getting on your nerves. You can't sit still. You have what they call that restless leg syndrome, which I just could not believe that. When I heard that, I thought they were joking. What? That's just poor circulation and not eating properly and not drinking enough water. I said it is the truth. Check it out for yourself. In any case, I'm just saying, know yourself. If you got a headache, have you had water? Have you eaten? Have you had a bowel movement? What's going on with you? You don't have to run to someone else to know you. I mean, again, who would know you better than you knowing yourself? But when you've forgotten who you are, then anybody can rule you. Be master of your own destiny, beginning by what you feed yourself, because you are what you eat. And when you eat better, you will feel better. When you feel better, you will think better. When you think better, you'll make better choices. And when you make better choices, you will improve the quality of your life and the lives of those around you. Ashe.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, this will conclude our interview.
I appreciate you too, just for having me and for sharing this information with everybody. Positive vibes and continue to shine.